now we're in 10-13, not 10-14, so he's still only had one nerf, and it wasn't that big of a nerf. So if there's a team that can use and abuse Varus, I could see Suning being one of those teams, because we're saying that they want to snowball through the mid game. Well, Lethality Varus definitely does that.
So for anyone who wasn't aware, you get a little bit of a nerf towards Varus on 10-12, but not a huge one, so he's not really that big of an issue for himself. So actually prioritizing the Trundle. So look, actually at the moment we've seen the Varuses haven't been used in the best of ways, and oftentimes they've been let through to some of the lower tier teams. So if you are going to pick this Varus, you have to go in this front to back style. So either you can go for kind of this poke style comp, which is what BLG are kind of working with here. It's super strong. Yeah, BLG have a crazy strong team right now, but I want to see them now follow up with strong frontliners. So this is one of the few times where I'd be okay with Maokai coming in, because I'm just like, here, look, all you're trying to do is play frontline, buy time for the long range poke from Varus, also the damage to come through from the likes of the Syndra, and you can end up winning out in these fights.
So now the answer has to come through from Suning on how they are going to deal with this Varus, especially if it goes towards the lethality build, which we fully anticipate it will. You might need some sustain, and if not, definitely just a lot of tankiness on your front line. Tahm Kench without a carry locked in is a bit of an odd one.
Well, the one that's bizarre to me is you just give the Varus a free laning phase, because what you want to try and do is at least have some pressure in the laning phase.
Fofo's a bit tired. That was a big old yawn.
But the thing is, like, if Varus is just able to have a free lane like we're looking at right now, well, he's going to be totally fine. So now you can also open up Shin mode to go for something like a Bard or something along these lines, because he knows he's against the Tahm Kench. Now you've got a lane that's just let the Varus get to those lethality items, and now you've got a Bard that can set up super well for these team fights. Like, this is a fantastic draft for BLG.
Look at Bard's win rate. It's 68% right now. Feels pretty good for BLG so far in this draft, I'm not going to lie. And now they get to ban things at weight as well, so maybe removing something like the Senate could be the port of call, because, you know, that sustain, really good against the Varus, goes great with the Tahm Kench. I mean, what carries are even up that you want with Tahm Kench? Maybe this is Tahm Kench top. That's the only logical reason as to why you would draft it this way, surely.
It's not going to be Tahm Kench top, but yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of scratching my head. It's like, you don't really want to go with Kalista. Maybe that is an option, but not the best one. Kai'Sa doesn't do too well. You can just go towards the Ezreal, but that could be the next ban here for BLG. There you go, so Wanfang won't get that. And now you're kind of going down the tier list, and maybe getting something like the Xayah could be something.
I mean, Ashe is still open, right? Like, it's not like there are no AD carries. It's just Ashe, Tahm Kench is not exactly the staple duo. But, I mean, it'll be fine. It's fine. It's like Ashe Braum, right? It's just a lot of protection from the dive. I don't know. I guess one thing it does do is it eats people that are low when there are corrupting arrows flying at their faces. So I like that. That's pretty good.
Well, we're going to see what the plan here is from BLG. If they want to go, well, it looks like it kind of for more of a keep your distance full poke style. Did see the Jace hovered for a second there for ADD, but wanted to see what he's going to be locked in against instead. So you can still have the option here for ADD to go towards a big beefy front line and then have your engage through ADD and through Shinmo on this Bard, or go for that full poke disengage style composition where Syndra can be your disengage, that Bard is your disengage, and as well then you're looking at this keep yourself alive with the Kindred.
Virtuoso going to be locked in on the side of Suning here, as Wanfang believes this is the answer to dealing with the Varus.
So I don't think it is. Like, when I look towards the Jhin, the problem is that he's super low range. Sorry, that was a little bit harsh. But Jhin, anyway, here, look, he doesn't have a particularly long range, so he's not able to push back against the Varus either particularly well. He can kind of set up for some plays if like a bouncing bomb hits onto the Varus, but that's not really going to be the case. So you're not dealing with the wave clear that Varus offers particularly well. And yeah, okay, you've got this long range utility ult, which can stop the at least, hey, we want to play super far back as BLG by slowing them and trying to start up an engage, but you opted into Jhin into a Bard. Like, Bard is designed pretty much to go, hey, cool, I'm just going to Tempered Fate right on top of you, and then it's a 4 versus 5 until your Jhin catches up to the play.
It's a lot of pressure on Shinmo here to make sure that his ults are good during these fights. He's going to have to deal with a lot, but being an SOFM, I don't know how they're going to be able to get anything done in this game. Like, it's going to be very difficult for them to run at the carries of BLG. There's a ton of disengage available, even if they can get on. Meteor has his ultimate, Scatter the Weak is there, Wings with his ult, and then, even if it is a fight, there's an Electro Mouse in the top lane that's just going to create a lightning storm.
Yeah, I'm really liking what BLG have drafted here, and honestly, to leave the Varus open and still get your hands on it is insane to me on red side, but we'll have to see. Look, I'm happy for Hwanfeng to prove me wrong with this Jhin. I'm not seeing the tools here for Suning to actually have any chance of closing the gap onto BLG. And look, even when we looked at it originally, we could see that, look, Poke, Prod, that was the name of the game here from BLG. So drafting a Renekton as Suning that is going to struggle alongside your Trundle to get into these fights just doesn't make a huge amount of sense to me.
The thing that it says to me is maybe Suning want to push the envelope before the poke composition can come online or something along those lines. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, Doctor.
I don't know.
I'm not an analyst, all right?
I'm going to be very impressed if Suning can make this game swing heavily in their favor before Umbral Glaive is completed by Wings, because that's pretty much when this Varus comes online.
That's true, but I've seen dives earlier than that before, Dagda, and I'm willing to watch them again. Let's head on to Summoner's Rift for the 6th and final time today. It's Suning against BLG, and you know what? I just hope we have a bit of a quicker early game. That doesn't make sense. More aggressive early game than what we saw in the first 2 games of the series. But you know what? I want to see these 2 teams playing the best League of Legends that they can. And if that's slow, then so be it, Dagda.
Well, I'd like good League of Legends, but we'll see if we get it as we come into game number 3. Because here, you are looking right. Suning, the way this composition wants to try and interact is for Hwanfeng to actually be the engage tool, honestly, where he's opening up with the curtain call, he's trying to get the slows, he's trying to provide that utility. So Bin and SOFM can close the gap and try and get on to BLG. The issue that I'm seeing with that is all the above that you pointed out in draft, where Scatter the Weak can stop you, Chain of Corruption can stop you, Tempered Fate can stop you, and even then, if you do manage to finally close that gap, you got to deal with that Maelstrom as well. It's going to stun you up and again create more of a distance. So the tools that Suning have to get onto BLG are not quite there. So as long as BLG play this correctly and don't allow Suning to have multiple flanks to actually close that distance onto them, BLG should be totally fine to just poke away with the Wings and with Photon.
Meteor starting up on the top side here. It'll move down to the bottom half of the map. And we have a repeat matchup here in the mid lane, this time the other way around though. So we'll see if Angel can have a bit of a better performance on the Zoe than what we saw at Afofo in the last game. And I'm really curious what on earth they're going to do about this lethality virus. Because let's bear in mind, it's been picked twice in the LPL, and it's sucked both times.
It has sucked, but I think the method in which it was played is the big problem here, more so than the actual pick itself, because it was picked by teams that didn't understand, hey, look, we've got to either set up a front to back so then Varus isn't just dove on instantly, which was what we saw a lot of the times, or we need to be able to kite back. And BLG, at least with this composition, understand the way they want to make this work. And to be honest, BLG have 3 winning lanes right now. ADD wins top lane. Oh, hang on. SOFM trying to change that, but Fofo wins mid, you got Wings who are pushing bot lane, and this opens up Meteor when he sees plays like this to go, right, I'm piecing off to your side of the jungle, SOFM, I'm just going to try and steal away all your camps.
Makes a whole bunch of sense, but SOFM ain't done just yet. He's going to chase ADD all the way across the map. A little bit of damage traded back. There is a minion wave in the way here, and ADD gets him on a ward, but SOFM couldn't quite clear the ward in time. He's going to move over to the Crooks instead. Meteor, he's not going to go for the play you described there. He's going to join in the skirmish. But Bin and SOFM, I was going to say hello, but SOFM smites the Crook, gets himself back to a decent amount of HP. Forced to flash as Meteor makes the play happen, finds yet another slow with a mounting dread there. And everything is going to be diffused in the end.
Yeah, it was about trying to get ADD back to this wave because he lost a good amount of experience and some CS, or well, gold to that turret, but now you can see Meteor and SOFM not spotted there. Now will be as they try to get that Scuttle Crab for themselves.
Yeah, they'll find that for themselves. And one thing I've noticed during all of that kerfuffle in the top lane is we've got an absolute treat on our hands here, Dagda. That's a Surgeon Kennen with a pink chroma, no less. It's a rare occurrence that you see a Surgeon Kennen. Never mind with a pink chroma. I feel like a rare trading card collector at this point, or probably a stamp collector, to be quite honest.
I'm not fully aware of where we stand on the rarity of Kennen skins. Plus, then you take Chronas into account as well. I'm completely out of my depth here, so I'm glad we've got you, Munch, here to be our expert in all things chroma related.
It's not rare in terms of like availability. You can buy it. It's not even expensive. But you know what? Nobody uses it. That's the beauty of it. You're kind of on your own wavelength. Shinmo, gonna zoom away, as is his AD carry here. But yeah, back to important things.
Yeah, and the Scuttle Crab is that important thing right now because this is going to be a scrap for this as BLG have moved in now.
Hang on, Sword Art can just eat this, by the way. So he might be able to ruin everything BLG want. They're trying to get the stack for Meteor. Sword Art's going to be forced away, and Meteor smites it in the end. Now they're going to try and make a play onto Sword Art and Huanfeng. That magical journey is going to ruin everything for Suning. Sword Art commits his flash here, but he should have just let it go. In the meantime, Bin gets a solo kill.
That was a, well, good play from BLG on the bottom side, bad play from ADD on the top side. So this is a matchup that Kennen can win, but it's definitely a skill matchup, and if you miss position, you can be punished. Bin flashing onto ADD, knowing exactly how much damage he could deal.
He should have gone for the superhero skin, that's all I'm saying.
You see?
Surgeon's cool and all, but doesn't have quite the same level of power to it, you know? But ultimately, memes aside, this is actually a very, very nice start to the game from BLG, even though ADD did get solo killed in the top lane, they still managed to get themselves that scuttle in the first one.
So that's the issue here for ADD, is that you have to try and keep these Renekton at bay. If you allow a double slicing dice in, you can see how much damage comes through. And then again, just moving too far forward here, trying to get the trade. And look, I mean, you're way too far forward as ADD there.
I don't know what he expected, but it apparently wasn't that, because he just goes down. Still had his flash available as well. And just gets taken on out. And, you know, Bin, on Renekton in this game, is more than happy to take a kill for himself. That is the best news he's heard all day.
Here we go, though. They want to try and turn that around. No flash on Bin. He is so... Okay, Bin, you're gone. Like, you are so overextended here.
He's got Dominus, and ADD won't have his own ultimate available. Dominus comes on through. Meteor is here, and there's a teleport being channeled. Bin just zips on out of the fight. Meteor's going for the dive, but he's not low. Oh, just gets it with the burn in the end. Huanfeng was the one to TP in. But I don't think that was the right place to be, Huanfeng. That's just going to be 2 kills for BLG now.
And now they can push in this wave. You lose a bunch as Bin. And, well, actually, I was going to say they can move in, but SOFM is rightly stealing away that stack that's in the jungle there for Meteor. But that's 2 kills for the Kindred now.
So Bin is back. He'll be able to at very least get the minion wave, but I don't know what that TP was from Huanfeng. No. Jin is not meant to be in the back line.
Hey, and do you know what works wondrous when your enemy laner is TP'd completely out of lane?
Lethality Barrett.
Getting turret plates, no less. So look at the wave now you've just lost as Huanfeng, and you're getting turret plates onto wings. We talked about how easy and how quick this build from the Lethality Virus is, so you're in great shape. Like, BLG look wondrous right now.
And look, he went for a cult, so he's more than happy to just chill. He does not want to be part of the skirmishes just yet. He's playing this one so he can get to a 2-item spike pretty quickly. Shinmo, I'm not going to lie, I feel like they should have punished Shinmo there, or at least tried to. But they're not going to. And Sword Art just going to gobble himself a Scuttle Crab up instead.
Will slowly make its way back towards River.
It's
trying.
It'll
it's
try.
Really trying.
There is no escape.
It just wanted to go home. That was all. But anyway, Meteor now moving down towards its bottom side. Dragon is the real thing that everyone's focused on right now. And you do have all the ultimates up and available for BLG, whereas you're still waiting on SFM to actually hit that level 6 mark. And Sword Art, where are you going?
He's trying to go for some support combat, and he's baited Meteor in here. Bit of damage on the panel star. Not going to do all of too much, though. Bear in mind, nobody's taken the first dragon of the game yet, so BLG may be in a position now to try and force it.
And I think that's what they're trying to do. As you can see, Meteor hops over the wall, will start up this dragon, but Shinmo not going to come over the wall and help. You have wings pushing in bot, so he can just come across, so BLG are still fine to go for this play.
Yeah, agree. They're going to be able to do exactly that, Dagda, as they just wail away on the poor old dragon. then relatively defenseless. There's too much healing, man. There's nothing it can do. Weak mechanics, though, I'm not going to lie. Wasn't even moving in between offers.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's just a noob, all right? Look, he's just new to the game. You got to give him a little bit of time. Honestly, he's only been playing for the last 8 minutes. Like, this is a new, fresh dragon, so can't really expect him to have all the mechanics down. But, well, BLG are making plays towards the dragon. You're going to see Sunny moving towards this rift. It will be spotted by ADT, and I think BLG can actually collapse here relatively quickly, if not for the rift herald, at least for a fight after. But have to see if they can get it.
They're going to be here just about in time. Meteor jumping over the wall, slicing Maelstrom onto both of them. See you later, Suning. That is everything that BLG wants.
And it's already a 1,500 gold lead. Now you're just, or well, 2,000 gold lead. Now you're just going to add more to that with this Rift Herald play. Plus, look at the mark there for the Kindred. Meteor's going to manage to grab that for, you can grab it for yourself. There you go, Meteor, before you back. So he's going to be good. He can, look, what's he on? That's 2 stacks a moment. That'll be his third. One more, and he gets to his 4th stack, which is the crucial one for the Kindred for all the extra attack range. So Meteor's looking good.
Feeling good as well. There's another stack for him. And I just want to bring something up here that, you know, as a guy that likes Suning as a team, it pains me to talk about, but we've seen before Suning look really good in one game of a series. Talking about this series against EDG, by the way, looked fantastic in game number 1, and then the rest of the series, not so much. I'm hoping that is not the case, but game number 3 right here is not feeling good.
Honestly, I don't understand what Suning were thinking with the draft. This is very much like, okay, well, we've got a losing top, we've got a losing mid, we've a losing boss, we've a losing jungle, and our composition, even if we get to the late game by some miracle, still doesn't have a way of dealing with what BLG want to go for. So I don't understand what Suning were trying to go for here, and especially as you talked about the Ashe still being available, you can just take Ashe into this bottom lane and at least give yourself an engage to it to work around. Because right now, you've got Curtain Call, which is kind of a worse version of Enchanted Crystal Armor.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Doctor, but you know what? We're going to find out together. All as a team, you know. And we'll see what Suning can do, because I've been proven wrong before. I've said many a silly thing on this broadcast.
I've done it a lot.
And I'll say many more silly things, don't you worry. But I'm struggling as well to see the win conditions here for Suning and how they make this one work out. But if they can get the game long enough, lethality virus does fall off later on, so there's some light at the end of the tunnel there, potentially.
Well, it's more, I don't know how Huanfeng gets into deal damage to counteract it, but either way, we're going to have Meteor making plays down towards his bottom side. Sword Art is making moves.
Yeah, he's trying to get over towards Huanfeng, who is actually
nearly dead.
Nearly dead, but he's fine. He's all right. Trading back onto Shinmo there, so he's going to be all right at the end of things. That Umbral Glaive you were talking about has been finished by Wings as well. But yeah, so we're just going to have a bit of a reset in this bottom side, and Wings can quite happily just walk up and take play here.
And you've already got the Kindred here, so SFM spot on a ward he doesn't even realize, and you can get this Rift Herald placed down to set yourself up. Shinmo taking low doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. And yeah, I expect here just Meteor to pop over the wall and say hello to all of Suning.
Trying to lane against lethality virus.
Oh, Shinmo.
Shinmo goes for the flash there. He's not going to find it in the end. But everybody from BLG wants to be a part of this party because the Herald's coming down and everyone wants a slice of the cheddar that's coming out of this turret. So here they are. And that'll be the first tower of the game going the way of BLG, so very nicely done. That's the second game in a row now where BLG used this Herald to crack open that bottom lane.
And Suning are trying to answer. They had been rolled down from top side, but now he's only giving plates over to ADD as well, who'll be able to chip away at this turret. He'll add that second one into his back pocket now as well. So BLG coming out ahead in leaps and bounds off of these plays. Oh, maybe? No? Oh! Oh my god, that actually didn't pop.
He doesn't get it.
That's kind of sad. And it's only a minute. He's got to shove this wave now to get it.
I mean, that's fine. He's ranged. He can do that, I think. Maybe? Well, I guess we'll find out. There's only one way to find out, Dagda, and it's by looking at this screen in front of me. So that's what I'm going to do. Wings is going to be trying to make a play here. He is lethality virus.
Chains Corruption early up.
Yeah, not quite, though. Had he got another couple of seconds for himself, he might have been able to make a play.
I think as well trying to force Wanfeng out just before this next dragon comes up, but you can see Meteor is just finishing off his red on that top side, so not quite able to get down to the bottom side. And actually, it looks like, as of right now, ADD hasn't been able to shove in to get that turret plate.
Ben knows it. He's going to try and find this 1v1. Dominus going to be used already as ADD desperately trying to get out of this one, but he realizes SOFM's on the way. Sword Art's here as well. There's no way out for ADD.
He got the turret
plate. It was all worth it in the end. He's going to go down, and everyone gets an assist, so no execute or anything, but you know what? He got 160 gold.
Still though, Suning putting pressure on this mid lane, shove in the wave, move over towards this dragon. It'll be the second one added. And now we're looking at a mountain or an Inferno Soul for BLG. We'll find out momentarily. And I like that ADD didn't overcommit in this top lane. He didn't use the ult because he knew, right, there's too many members that are coming up to have this play on top side. I'd rather have that ult still available for when my teleport comes up. And we've got this Rift Herald available. So ADD, I like that he's thinking further ahead than just, can I try and make a play here or turn around to play on the top side? That's a lot of turret gold compared to Suning for BLG, I will say.
That is not pretty for Suning. And, I mean, just look at the total gold. 4,000 in favor of BLG. With a composition that really would love to snowball through the mid game.
And look at the items that are coming through for BLG. Fofo opting towards that GOP to start things off means that, hey, look, what was already difficult for Suning to get in on top of, now you're going to be slowed. It's going to be even more difficult for you to try and escape. So BLG just understand exactly what their win conditions are. So I want to see now if that execution can follow the thought process that they obviously know they need to go into these fights with.
We just need to see BLG actually using these advantages that they have for themselves. Like, because if there's one thing that the middle to bottom teams in the LPL often don't quite do is execute on their win conditions. And we've seen plenty of other teams punish in the past, but BLG with Meteor at the helm, the last few weeks they have been looking better and better every single series. So you'd hope that they're going to be able to acknowledge when they are strong, which is right now, and brute force things like this out.
Yeah, and then they can also move up towards this top lane. I don't want to see them use the Rift Herald on this turret play. You can already see ADD's taking it so low, they should just be able to take it down, and instead use that Rift Herald to crack open the mid lane structure instead.
This is textbook play coming out from BLG. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of impressed. I'm a little bit surprised as well, considering we've had different versions of BLG across the course of this split. We've had some really rough ones. We've had some pretty good series as well. And I was coming into this series saying, look, both Suning and BLG are looking to set a precedent for the rest of the split here. Because Suning were a team that have been doing all right, and they've had a relatively medium schedule so far. They've been beating the lower tier teams, and they've been losing to the top teams. Whereas BLG has been a bit all over the place, and it's sort of... Never mind all over the place, he's not in any place anymore, because he's just been obliterated. You mentioned the Herald in the mid lane. That's exactly what's available to BLG now.
And it looks like that's what they're going to go for. Get a couple of love taps onto it. Angel trying to see if he can get onto Wings. Not quite able to connect with the Trouble Bubble. But look, this is just next wave is going to come up. Wings is once again going to push. But actually, Meteor not wanting to invest this. It looks like Wings instead, since he's so low in mana, just going to push out that wave and then move back in towards the mid lane in a little bit more time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's no rush, but at the same time, I feel like that was definitely just a turret if they used it. But I guess also, one thing that has to be said, if you do group up and try and play with the Herald, you can either set up a push while Dragon's going to be coming up soon, or maybe push for 2 towers if you can find a tempo swing. So there's plenty of options available.
And I think you hit the nail on the head there, Munch. It's towards that Dragon.
That's because I hit every other possible option. It was hard to go wrong.
If I name everything, I'm going to be right somewhere. But I definitely think it is going to be towards that Dragon where they're going to try and use it, especially if they can draw Suning into that position. But because don't forget, like, the siege on this squad is super strong. So if you can have BLG where they can either force a siege under the mid lane and then have the Rift Herald take it, or they can just use the Rift Herald to gain pressure towards that Dragon. That's going to be perfect for BLG on both sides.
We just witnessed Wings make the classic lethality Varus blunder right there. He saw his Edge of Night, his Umbral Glaive, sorry, proc, and he was like, I've got to go get this sword. But the cannon's low. I don't know which one to go for. Ended up missing out on the cannon. Classic blunder. It wasn't worth it. That's the analysis I have to add.
I was holding on for a second because we do have that Trouble Bubble hitting.
Oh, there's a nice little follow-up.
Yeah, and
I'm seeing the power of the combo now.
Now he just heals up.
That was almost a quarter of his health.
Riftchild is tossed down though as BLG will look towards his mid lane. Again, as you said, look, it's about trying to crack open this mid lane structure, create a play here, so that then you can move towards that dragon and have control of that mid lane, or sorry, that river, but unfortunately may not quite be able to finish off this mid lane tower. They will get us.
Yeah, just got to get some autos in there. In the meantime, look at where Bin is on the map right now. He's on a bit of a mission here, and I don't think BLG are aware of it, so there won't be any collapse, but I mean, that was an opportunity for BLG. I think they just didn't know it.
Well, they knew that Bin was bot side, but Dragon is definitely the focus here. Puts him on soul point, and ADD, I don't think you want to take this. No, he's going to back away. So basically what they're trying to do is set up for a fight at this Dragon, more so than worrying about that bottom lane wave. Here comes the curtain call, though.
Suning say they don't want to wait until the Dragon. 4 shots come through, but the engage they were looking for ain't going to happen just yet. Wing's going to be able to heal up on the point through. And now, this is where BLG are in their strongest, if they can keep everyone at arm's length, but they're not going to be able to, because Fofo getting absolutely annihilated here. Cleanse used, and it means he gets out of the paddle stars. Dragon's getting low. Meteor has to try and finish this one off for Soul Point. He's going to be able to do exactly that. Slicing Maelstrom comes out to deny the further engage, and Meteor keeps himself safe with the Lamb's Respite. There's nothing Suning can do. But Angel finally gets 1 kill for himself. Fofo over the wall as well. And now the follow-up is here. ADD's low paddle start from Angel on the Zoe. Bin's in the middle of everyone. And Suning have pulled off the impossible.
They have managed to take down BLG in the fight. That amazing Trundle pillar from SOFM to start it off gets Fofo low. And BLG are already backtracking the second that hits. And Suning now are looking towards this Baron.
Can they actually rush a Baron at this point? They've got a Jhin, which is real slow. They've got a Zoe, which is
Blade
real
of the
slow.
Rune King Renekton, though, will massively help. And you can see already that they're going to be okay here. By the time BLG get out, they won't be able to do too much. And BLG aren't exactly this big engage tool, but they're looking for it.
I don't know. It's not just about being able to do it. It's about being able to rush it here. ADD moving in from the side.
Wings
Meteor
has the
is on
Chains
the
of
way
Corruption
as well. Angel has no mana to work with. Just about survives this one. Baron goes down, but it's actually Wanfeng to get a kill here. Suning, they've just got to try and get away with this one. Sword Art over the wall. He's just going to look for a recall in the enemy jungle. He won't get away with it, though. 2 kills go the way of BLG. Suning get away with 3 Barons.
Just about. That was very dicey, and that double TP play by BLG does manage to at least stop some of it, but Chains of Corruption unfortunately didn't spread fast enough for Wings to be able to have a bigger impact in that play, but they still do manage to get down 2.
So, Suning have found themselves a lifeline here, because I was starting to lose hope for the Suning squad. It was feeling like they didn't have a hope or a prayer. But 5 kills here.
And this is the Trundle pillar I was talking about earlier on. Fofo can't go anywhere. He literally cannot move. So even has that flash, I think he just needed to commit that way sooner. Just go, right, I'm calling quits here. But because Fofo goes so low, he's not able to position properly and kind of threaten and engage. Bin having a magnificent performance with getting over the wall. And this is where it all starts to go astray. You're all super low here, and this just opens up for Angel to go into shooting range mode where he's picking off everyone right, left, and center.
And look at Bin once again. He's on the blast cone. He knows that he can go in a second time and just tear through everybody. Cuts them open just to check if there's cake inside. But there wasn't. There was BLG.
It was a bunch of gold anyway, because that's all gone into the hands of Suning. Now, though, you still have a lead for BLG. We've got that next dragon, that Inferno Soul, coming up in just over 2 minutes. And we have to see if BLG can approach this fight better. Again, it's more about setting up so that then you can kite back successfully and have this poke land onto Suning.
BLG are in a really odd position here as they're moving back around to try and defend this mid lane tower. It's going to go down here. Trouble bubble onto Meteor. There's a follow-up ultimate curtain call coming out from Wanfeng. I'm not 100% convinced by the ult, I'm not going to lie. But hey, if you got to use it, that's what I say. It's efficient. Get it on cooldown so it can come up again sooner.
BLG now in a position to try and defend this mid lane turret. This is where their poke is super, super strong, and ADD just trying to play kind of front line here, but still.
There's actually a decent amount of poke coming out from Suning as well.
Comparatively, though, it's not quite as much as Sword Art is finding out. Angel is kind of the main poke tool here.
To be honest, it all depends on Angel, and he is landing these sleepy trouble bubbles every single time right now. So if he can do that, it feels like they win the poke war. If he can't, they don't. It is so much on his shoulders.
That one will go astray, and you can see right now Sunny just trying to heal up desperately. So again, using this Baron buff to try and get some of these structures, but BLG are delaying it so much. Usually you can't actually defend this mid turret. You try and defend at the inner, or the inhibitor instead.
Temper Fate not ideal from Shinmo there, and Meteor trying to get in. ADD wants to start this fight. No flash available though. It means it's really hard. I mean, we talked about lack of engage from the side of Suning, but to be fair, if it goes the other way, BLG don't have that many ways into the fight.
Well, it is about they kind of do. Like, you've got Tempered Fate there, you've got ADD, you can try and get in certain positions, and you've got those Chains of Corruption alongside Fofo. So they've got, like, enough there that you can, if you make that pick, find the opportunity. But for Suning, it's more so that you're heavily reliant on Angel and Juan.
There is 20 seconds until an Infernal Drake. Everyone on Suning just recalled. In fact, Huanfeng is recalling right this second. He has TP to get back onto things here. But this would be Infernal Soul for BLG. This removes any questions of scaling from the game. This would be the Dragon that wins the series for BLG if they can get it.
And look at where they're positioned now. So this is where they want to be. They can kite back. Fofo needs to stay away from walls so he doesn't get hit by that Trundle Pillar again. But Curtain Call, not doing too much here.
Is it me or is it bagpipes coming out when he does his Curtain Call?
A little bit.
I'm not sure. It might be like a Scottish skin or something. Either way, back to the Dragon here. We've got a route onto ADD. See you later, Kennedy's going to pop his Slicing Maelstrom at the last second, and it trades his life for Angel. And I'd say that's worth it if you're BLG right now.
Massively so, because Angel is the poke. Angel is the one that can try and start things off, or at least answer for what BLG are trying to do.
Bin's trying to pincer them here, trying to get onto the carries. Fofo needs to be careful as he backs away. SOFM moving towards the Dragon here. This might just come down to a smite fight as Meteor still sticking around. Meteor one level higher when it comes to the smite here. SOFM can't get the smite because in goes Bin onto the backline. Wings goes down. The Dragon did get taken by Suning in the end. And actually pulled out of his own ultimate. That was hilarious. Sorta, you're a genius. Now Huanfeng gets healed by the Redemption, and there's a teleport coming through from ADD. He's already coming back into the fight, but a nice pillar stops him doing all too much. Suning, for the second time this game, they get the objective and they get out.
Yeah, they just about managed to get there, and BLG just really haven't been able to find the poke that they want onto Huanfeng or onto Angel, and if they're not able to force out Suning and they have to commit to these objectives, well, you can see the results. BLG are kind of all scattering to the wings, and it means that Suning are able to force them back.
And let's just talk for a second about the fact that while Jin is certainly not that powerful in the early game, when you get a bunch of crit items on Jin, he's going to one-shot people. Nobody is particularly tanky on BLG. If you've got a Jin free-firing in these fights later on, he's just going to be tapping people with the headshots.
Also, to be honest, I've been a little bit disappointed with Fofo and his Scatter the Weaks in this game so far. Every time we go towards these fights, not really hitting onto key carries or setting up for, you know, a big burst play onto some of the likes of Angel or Huanfeng, or even on towards Bin if they can get onto him. So when I'm looking at these fights and looking at Fofo to be either the disengage or set up for BLG's plays, he hasn't quite been able to do it.
So back into the mid lane we go. The ARAM begins once more. Baron is up though. While there's no Drake for another 3.5 minutes, Suning can breathe out in that respect. This Baron is certainly an option. And with a Kindred, you can blast through that pretty quick. So BLG know that if they can position correctly, they could potentially find something, but it's all about the fight here. Bin wants to find another flank, wants a way in on this Renekton.
Have to see if you can. Always hovering in the wings. Like BLG, Chains of Corruption went wide.
Bin gets spotted on a ward as well. Curtain Call, they're looking for Shinmo here. They forced that flash on the Bard. Fourth shot hits wings. And it does execute damage, so he's going to be okay on that one. And it does mean that we kind of just reset once again, Dagda.
Still waiting for this poke to really start landing from BLG. It's Fofo trying to make plays here.
Oh, the root nearly hits onto wings as well. That would have been huge. It's not often as Lethality Virus you're the one getting poked out, but Angel has been trying his damnedest on this Zoe to impact the skirmishers. And it has to be said, Wings is not doing that much damage right now. Like, he is not impacting the health bars very much from Suning. That is the one strength that Lethality Virus brings. Just to reiterate, this is why he was picked. This is why he's almost 100% ban rate in the LPL. And he's not in his queues.
Yeah, that's kind of the big issue here, is that Wings hasn't been able to successfully land a good few of them. And even when we look at these team fights, everything from BLG has been kind of lackluster. Tempered Fates haven't really been that impactful where you're able to separate Suning out so you can just focus down on one member. Although, as I say that, Meteor wants to focus down on Bin.
Yeah, but Bin has some reinforcements from Sword Art and from Huanfeng here. Meteor has gone way too deep. Lamb's Respite having to be used immediately at the start of the fight. Tempered Fate only on Sword Art. Really not ideal there. Good stun, though, across the team out of Fofo.
There's the damage onto Huanfeng, though, from Wings. So we'll force both teams back.
Yeah, I mean, valiant attempt from Meteor, I guess, but forced away. Just a couple of ultimates on either side. And we return to the mid lane, Dagda. I hope you weren't getting too excited there, because we're going to be farming for a little while.
Apparently so.
Get comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, so what I was saying was that BLG, look, the Tempered Fate again from Shinmo hasn't been great. Wings' Qs haven't been hitting as often as kind of needed in this. And now onto key members like Huanfeng or onto Angel. And then Fofo, we already talked about, is Scatter of the Week. So right now, this comp isn't really coming together for BLG.
I can definitely agree with that. Fofo knocked up by a pillar here, but there's no real follow-up available. Importantly, Wings has finished the Edge of Night now. It's a very, very big pickup for him, especially against this Zoe. Being able to get away with getting hit from a trouble bubble can be a lifesaver. But he's also got himself some armor pen. But we are starting to get towards the point in the game where Lethality Varus is going to become less and less effective now.
So the thing is, he's still relatively strong because of the... You don't have a huge amount of tanks on Suning's side. Like, yes, 100%, he's not going to be as strong as on-hit Varus. But hang on.
The bagpipes come through. Huanfeng calling for the Highlands here, but he's not going to find him. ADD is wanting a flank on the backside. He's been spotted here, but I think he's got a way in anyway. No, just goes for a stun. And Sword Art now is the one in trouble. What was that damage onto ADD? I didn't even see where it came from, in all honesty. Shield not available for Sword Art, and his Meteor looking to trade, but he has his Lamb's Respite, so he's okay. Once again, Shinmo not on point with these Tempered Fates. The question is, can Suning keep this one going? Because SOFM is here and they've got to fight for this Dragon Soul, but it's 4 versus 5 right now. Angel really wants to get in onto the back line. He's found Fofo, but Cleanse used here. That's a big old cooldown. Back onto the Dragon again. Meteor is here. Lamb's Respite is on cooldown though.
ADD still has ult.
Is finding a flank. This could be the moment, but the Dragon is taken and ADD's too late to the party. Will get Angel for himself, but Huanfeng can turn this one around. Ultimately, BLG, they've got this fight in the bag, no matter what. But the Dragon was taken by Suning.
And unfortunately, Meteor and ADD went down, so it's not like they can even turn towards Baron. That, like, I'm sorry, Shinmo's Tempered Fates have been absolutely atrocious this game. There is one moment there where Suning are grouped up as 4 as everyone turned on to Sword Art. They have vision of it, and he doesn't even toss it out. And then the Tempered Fate he does completely misses. Now Suning have just said, hey, look, we have a jungler, we can just kill the Baron.
Meteor isn't up for another 20 seconds. We've got a crit 80 carry that's got 3 crit items. Granted, he's still not the quickest when it comes to Baron, but hey, they can get it down. Smite is available for SOFM.
There's a lot of poke for BLG, though, and Shinmo can just Tempered Fate the Baron.
If he can hit it, we'll have to wait and see on that one. The Tempered Fates haven't been ideal, and he goes for Huanfeng instead. The DPS needs to be here from Suning. SOFM is so damn low, but he gets the Smite onto the Baron. Suning find another way in. Has been is massive once more, as always, for Suning. Now onto Wings, who's left alone. Suning, I don't know how they pulled it off with this draft, but in all honesty, I don't care at this point. Fofo's going down as well. Suning are winning everything Meteor wants to chase, but he knows he just can't. Lamb's Respite is gone, and a Paddle Staff finishes him off.
Fofo has Flash. All he has to do is flash over the Baron wall, you kill SOFM, Temper Fate the rest of them, and BLG win that. This has been atrocious from BLG.
Dagda is molding, and he doesn't mold very often. That's how you know that it hasn't been great from BLG, but Suning have pulled it off once again. The flanks from Bin setting everyone up for success, and the damage out of Huanfeng as well, but you know what? They're not confident in ending just yet. Even with the Baron, they're deciding, let's play this one safe.
Solid effort, Shinmo.
Was it?
Nope.
Dagda is pissed. He is angry, BLG. You got something to answer for here. I don't know why he's quite this mad. He has no skin in the game.
I don't know. It's just upset. Look, I said at the start of this game, I wanted to see good League of Legends. And you know what I've seen is BLG managing to get Fofo trapped and not use a flash when he gets under a Trundle Pillar. And then they get to these strange fights where Shinmo can't hit an ultimate. And then we get to Baron and they decide, hey, what we should not do is kill the jungler when they're on Baron. That's what I've watched from BLG this game.
Maybe the draft was actually Suning basically just saying, look, there's no universe where BLG can end the game before 30 minutes. Why do we care about lethality?
This isn't a timing thing. Like, this is just BLG playing. Like, as BLG, you tempered fate, you just poke back, you have chains of corruption to keep the distance, you have all these extra things that you can use to try and stop Suning from getting onto you. And I haven't seen a single one that's actually had an impact.
Shinmo is in a little bit of trouble. His calls have been good. He's not been missing. He's not done much damage, but he's not missed, so there's that. Slight silver lining there for Huanfeng. But I like the little combo with the Trouble Bubble followed by the Deadly Flourish that just roots someone in place and opens up for a potential opportunity. Huanfeng just wanders in to get himself his rapid fire cannon tap off onto the tower. And Suning now, they can do this all day. They can just keep this going all day long. Huanfeng find himself another route. SOFM gobbled up by Sword Art, kept safe from the poke.
And here you go. That's it. The rinse and repeat here. Bin is even escorting the minions into the mid lane. So BLG should not quite be able to hold on to this structure as... Here we go.
I mean, someone's going to have to go deal with those super minions in a moment. Shinmo barely gets out with his life there. That is a suboptimal redemption, but you know what? It's just about in range for him to grab it. And this will be a second inhibitor. And you know what? A second redemption as well, because Angel's playing Zoe.
And to take it away from a negative play, Suning have actually been playing this incredibly well. Angel has been incredible on this Zoe, consistently been able to find these long-range bubbles. The paddle stars have been great, and setting up super well for Huanfeng with those deadly flourishes to get the poke damage off. So overall, Suning have done a great job in just playing against what BLG are trying.
And honestly, looking at this series, despite the fact we were talking about the top lane being the lane to watch and all of that, so much of this has been down to the difference in the mid. Like, Fofo on the Zoe really couldn't do all or too much. Even when they were winning the game, Angel, while behind, is looking amazing on Zoe.
So we have one last opportunity here for BLG to try and get this Infernal Soul, to try and set themselves up for victory.
Hang on. We've already got a pick here. Meteor having to use the Lamb's Respite this early before a fight even begins. Fourth shot. It's a swing and a miss from Huanfeng. It was completely blind though, so we'll let him off for this one. Once again, this would be sold for BLG, but twice now it's not worked out for them. Lamb's Respite on cooldown and Bin off on the flank. Suning start the Dragon off here. Bin has Flash if he can find a way onto this backline, onto the carries, but hey, they got the Drake. They don't care about the fight.
Yeah, now you got 3 Infernals over towards Suning. They're actually cutting off BLG as well.
They are going to try and force something here. I don't even know if they need to go for the fight, but you know what? If you can, why not, says SOFM as he tanks up most of the members here. ADD subjugated, so he's going to be squishy and popped by the Trouble Bubble. And now onto the rest of the team. That magical journey ain't going to do all or too much there. Shinmo is going to get Temper Fate just onto SOFM, but Huanfeng gets a route onto Shinmo. Dancing Grenade and one last shot. Down goes the Bard, and I think Suning might just have done it because the supers are piling in through the mid lane. They can keep this pressure going.
There's a good amount of wave clear here for BLG, though, between Wings and Fofo, so may not quite be able to get onto here as Fofo rejoins, but if you can.
Oh my God. Goodbye, Wings. They're just going to go for this one. They're going to try and end the game. Fofo barely. No, he can't get out of there. Huanfeng, the marksman, finishes off the final kill with a snipe, and Meteor. Lamb's Respite's come back up, so he tries to get revenge on Angel, but he just can't do it. Zoe sticks her tongue out as always, and that's going to be the game in this series. Suning, I don't know how they pulled this one off, but they've done it again, and this is their 5th win in a row.
And well played from Suning, being able to counteract what BLG wanted to do. Although BLG got off to a nice early start, the positioning on Bin